Hello there, this is Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space, and I am here today with my middle grade March TBR as well as a read-along announcement, and I will get to the announcement in just a minute. First, I'm going to tell you about Middle Grade March because the read-along is happening because of Middle Grade March. First of all, Middle Grade March is a month-long celebration of middle grade books, and the whole point is just to read at least one middle grade book during the month of March. And if you just read one book, then you are participating, so it's very fun, very easy. It's fun to kind of load up on middle grade if you are really interested, or you can just dip in your toes. This is being put on by Krista from Books and Jams, Katie from Life Between Words, and Amanda the Curly Reader is the newest co-host of this celebration because she reads a lot of middle grade, and these ladies are just so much fun. This is actually a read-along that I took part in before even joining BookTube, so you can totally take part. Don't have to have a channel or anything. It's just fun. Please do go grab a middle grade book. There's going to be recommendations videos all over, especially on their channels, the three co-hosts, so I will link them down below. I will link all the information for this readathon down below, as well as the read-along that I will tell you about in just one more minute. So there's going to be a YouTube live show discussion of the group pick, and the group pick this year is The Brave by James Byrd, and I'm so happy that that's what they picked because that's the only book I think last year other than Rhythm of War, which I was really looking forward to the release of, and I just didn't get a chance to actually read it, so I'm thrilled that that's the one that they chose. I actually have it in my mid-year check-in or something like that last year. I'm just so excited, and it also works perfectly with my goal this middle grade March, which was to read books from people who are different from myself in some way, and I know that everybody is different and unique in their own way, but they have some condition or they're from a different background, a different ethnicity, something like that, something that I have not experienced in my life. So essentially diversity. I'm trying to kind of diversify my reading choices a little bit. I'm thrilled that it's about a boy who is living on a reservation at some point in the book, and this boy is, I think, suffering from OCD of some kind where he counts the letters of every word or something like that. So anyways, it just sounded really good. I haven't read very many books set on a reservation about First Nation protagonists, written by First Nation authors, so I'm just really thrilled to get a chance to read that one. There's also going to be 3 live shows on Instagram, and I think those are more general discussions. And then there's also going to be a read-in. I believe that's also going to be on Instagram. So make sure you follow all of the creators on Instagram as well. They also created 5 challenges if you want to go above and beyond. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to go above and beyond this year. Last year, I really got a chance to read a lot of middle grade during this month. I read all of my husband's favorite books. You can check out that vlog up here if you're interested. It was a really fun vlog. However, this year, I definitely want to get to The Brave. I don't have access to an audiobook, which is really unfortunate. For me, audiobooks are just absolutely essential for my reading now. So I'm just going to do my best to read that. And then I'm going to also read the read-along book that one more minute, just one more minute, and I'll tell you about it. Those are the only 2 books that I'm really going to be focusing on for this. However, I do have 3 other books that I picked out to fill in the rest of the prompts that also have audiobooks. So there's a good chance that I can get to 1 or 2 of those just because they're on audiobook, but we'll have to see. I'm not putting any pressure on myself other than those 2 books that I really do want to finish. So the first challenge is books with a silhouette on the cover, and apparently there's a lot of middle grade with silhouettes on the cover. The one that I chose is The Surrender Tree, Poems of Cuba's Struggle for Freedom by Margarita Engle. And I chose this because I am learning Spanish this year, or improving my Spanish. And this is a book written in verse for children. And I'm trying to read more books from Latin authors as I'm learning Spanish. That's part of why I'm learning Spanish, is so that I can read books from Latin America or Spain. So I'm just going to give that one a try. If I don't get through the whole thing in March, that's totally okay. I'll probably work on it some though, because I'm trying to get 7 to 9 hours of Spanish every week. So I'm excited to try that one. I have a confession, guys. Apparently everything that I told you about The Surrender Tree is not true. First of all, it's young adult, not middle grade. Sorry. And also, the edition that I got that was supposed to be dual language, I went through that entire book. There's no Spanish in that book. So I might still use it for the silhouette prompt, maybe, but it's not in Spanish. So that takes away a large reason why I was planning to read it. And it's also not middle grade, so it wouldn't really count anyway. So I haven't really decided what I'm going to do to replace that yet. But I'm sure once the recommendations start coming out from Krista and Katie and Amanda that I will find a replacement. Next, finally, I'm going to tell you about the read-along pick. This is for the second challenge, which is Strong Family Elements, a novel with strong family elements. So that is going to be Miracles on Maple Hill by Virginia Sorensen. And this just looks really cute. I don't really know what it's about, but I can see snow. There's snow. There's a smile on her face with the rosy little cheeks. It looks like fun. It's pretty short. All I really know about this is that the family is kind of coming together around their father who's dealing with something kind of difficult from what I remember. And also apparently there's a miracle. So I'm totally down for that. This is a read along that Kate from Howe is putting together, and she has invited a whole host of co-hosts to join her in reading this, and we're gonna have a Zoom chat. If you would like to participate in the Zoom chat, make sure you leave your email address down below or message me on Instagram. I will leave my handle down there. And if you want to participate, you can also use the hashtag Miracles on Maple Read Along. The other co-hosts are Stephanie from Miss Richardson Reads, Emma from Bookish Princess, Jess from Dickens and Docs, she has an Instagram, Taylor from The Babbling Bee, and Mary from Happily Ever Ash. So it's just gonna be a delightful group. You don't want to miss it. It is a Newbery winner as well. So, you know, if you're trying to read those, join us for that if you're interested in reading a Newbery winner with a lovely group of ladies and having a Zoom talk. Those are just my favorite. Okay, number 3 is travel or adventure. So that challenge is not hard at all to meet in middle grade, especially because I really love fantasy middle grade. It's just the sweetest, most darling and magical genre. So I'm going to try and read Shah and the End of Time. This is by Roshani Chokshi, and actually Stephanie from Miss Richardson Reads just told me that she read this, and guys, I just want to read it so badly. It has praise from Ian Colfer and Shannon Messenger and Jonathan Stroud, and those are all magical authors on their own right. So, and also it's put out by Rick Riordan Presents. So it's gonna be a good time, I think. And I have it on audiobook. So, I mean, it just makes me think Aladdin. I'm sure it's not really like Aladdin, but I mean, with the tiger and it just, yeah, it's what I want to read. Oh, and so the next challenge is retelling, or has fairy tale elements. And some of the co-hosts said it had to be like a fairy tale retelling of some kind or have fairy tale elements. And then one of the other hosts said that it could be any kind of retelling. So I'm using this again for mythology retelling because it is some kind of mythology, I'm pretty sure. Indian mythology. Book published in the decade you were born. That's the 5th challenge. And I had to look around a little bit for this, but I found an American Girl book that was published in 19 something. I was born in 1992, so I had to look for a book set in the 1990s, and this book was one of them. It's Addy. I'll put it right here for you, and I'm very excited that I found it on audiobook. All of these, if I could read all of these, that would be wonderful. But as you'll see in my February TBR, I already have a lot of other things going, including things that I myself am hosting or co-hosting. So that is it. Let me know down below in the comments if you're going to be joining Middle Grade March this year. I hope that you are. Please let me know. Please let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you're doing instead for March if you're not doing this, so maybe I can convince you to do this instead. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a like in the corner, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more from me, and hit that little notifications bell if you want to be notified anytime I make a new video, and make sure your notifications are turned on. Thanks so much, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.